health. When we go to health, MMC, Enimakafula must make sure that they say they are going to operate a satellite clinic in the retirement village. But you cannot open a satellite village which is going to be operated by people who can't speak our language, by people who understand us, by our own children who will not treat us as customers, but treat us as their parents and love us the way people love their own parents. Now, we in the EFF were for everyone. We are for Africans, for coloreds, for Indians, for whites. We are for Christians, we are for Muslims, we are for all the nations, because we believe South Africa is a diverse nation. Now I hear there was a fool who went around here saying, I don't want Jesus Christ. And I asked these guys, why do they say I don't want Jesus Christ? They say, you said something some other day about Jesus Christ. I said, what is your response when they say you don't love Jesus Christ? They too don't have an answer. I said to them, you must answer them with one thing. When they say Julius Malema doesn't love Jesus Christ, you must tell them Julius Malema built a church of Christ in Sishiwo, where he comes from, in honor of his mother. There is a house of the Lord that I've built with my own hands. And I invited Zuma to go and open that church with me. And Zuma came along. Now, those who have a mind of a rat will not remember that I've built a church, not only one, but many churches. I've made a contribution to make sure that this religion of Christianity prosper as any other religion. So I don't have anything except that myself, I'm a Christian. My religion is Christianity. My church is the Sishiwo Baptist Church. I pay my services there every month so that my funeral can have a pastor. I don't want Mbuyiseni to be borrowed to come and make a prayer at my funeral. So we are for everyone as the EFF. We just don't want racists. We don't like drug lords. The drug lords here in Eldorado Park work with Begikele's police. They distribute drugs through the police vans, and they are protected by the police. We have established a special unit for the first time under Metro Police, under the EFF MMC, a special task force that goes around fighting dangerous criminals. It was here last night where we were fighting toe for toe against drug lords, where we went to liberate a lady who was kidnapped. 2 weeks, police could not find that person. Only the special task force of the Metro Police under the EFF found that lady here in Eldorado Park yesterday. And our MMC, who's the national leader of the EFF, was with the task force on the ground himself, fighting crime. It's not a one-night stand, it's a permanent thing. We are going to fight criminals here in Eldorado Park, in Orange Farm, in Sebokeng, in Soweto, Mamelodi, and everywhere in Gauteng, because criminals have taken over our towns and our townships. We need to reclaim those places. We need to make sure that there is sports in Eldorado Park. There must be sports facilities. You can't say to children, don't go and do drugs, and you don't give them an alternative. Because children have got too much energy. That energy must be harnessed. It must be channeled somewhere. If you don't use it, they will go and use it in a wrong place. That's why they must go to school. After school, they must write homework. When they think they are done with the homework, they are at the sports field. When they are done at the sports field, back home, take a shower, sleep, prepare for school. So that energy every time, we know where that energy is monitored and rightfully channeled. Not only that, we want your children to go and learn for free. Whether you are rich or not, whether you are white or not, the only thing that is going to liberate this country is education. Tate Mandela should not have given us RDP houses in 1994. He should have given us free education. We were going to build our own houses. Because when you look at educated people and you look at the percentage of unemployment amongst educated people is very low. Which means education and employment and empowerment are the same WhatsApp group. They go together. Poverty can be defeated by education. Drugs can be defeated by education. So why do you say people must pay for them to liberate their own future? You cannot buy education the same way you buy bread. There must be a difference between education and bread. Bread is a commodity. Education is a human right that is enshrined and protected by the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. So we want education not only at secondary level, primary and early childhood development, even at the universities. Your children must earn a seat at the university not because you have money, but because their results look good. Just by their results, they must automatically be accepted at tertiary level. We are going to make sure that the children of Eldorado Park get employment. We must demand that every department in Gauteng must be a reflection of how Gauteng looks like. So when you go to a department, there must be a colored person. There must be an Indian person. There must be a white person. There must be African person. How South Africa looks like, that's how a place of employment must look like. For as long as this place of employment has got no colors, it's not a true reflection of South Africa. It's a distortion of South Africa. And therefore and we should not put a quota and say, no, in the whole department we have hired 10% colors is enough. There must be colors in the departments. If they qualify and they are South Africans, they've got a South African ID, let them go in without a quota. The same way we don't go in with quotas, we go in with our qualification. The same thing with Indians. It's very difficult now to find an Indian cop because they have all been wiped out of the system. That's why when people don't see you a lot, they're like, hey, you are so scarce like an Indian policeman. Because it's very difficult to find an Indian policeman. So we need every sector of society to be part of our society. Comrades, we don't want this. This thing of tenders is what is causing problem. You are a security guard, you've got your own certificate. I want a security guard as a government. I go hire a middleman called a businessman who knows nothing about security. He just registered CC, he's got a political connection, he gets a tender to come and hire me. Why is government not hiring me directly? Because when I vote for government, I vote for government directly. I don't vote through a middleman called a company. I'm voting for jobs from my government. I'm voting for a piece of land from my government. I'm voting to stop load shedding from my government. No one was between me and my government. I chose it myself directly. Let my government speak to me and hire me directly without a middleman. You know, here in Johannesburg, and the media loves that because it favors them. They say Mashaba insourced workers in Johannesburg. Mashaba was told by the EFF, because he was our mayor, we said to him, you are going to insource the security guards in Johannesburg. And he insourced the security guards in Johannesburg. Today he claims that it was him. I asked him one question. You were sent by the DA into that municipality. Where in the DA do you find a policy that says you must insource the security guards? It was not a DA policy.